beautiful peeps, my name's John, welcome to my channel. Today we have a very special video. It is on the reinforcement plate, or the new chassis, for the WL Toys 104001. I purchased this one myself, so there's no need, and I certainly wouldn't anyway, say it's good when in fact it's not. And I'll be able to show you whether it's good or not as well, because I'm going to be doing the bend test at the end once I've swapped it across from the original. Now I'm in a really great position as well, because I've actually got the car that this car was inspired from, and that's the LC Racing 10B5, and this is the chassis. We've not quite finished building it yet, but it means that I've got both of these that I can do a bend test on straight away. So let's do the bend test firstly on this. You'll be able to see the pressure I put upon it. I'm obviously not going to bend the thing. Flexes quite a lot. And then on this one, the same thing. Flexes just a little bit more in my opinion. But of course you've also got the central bars that come along that should in fact reinforce it. Now, I apologise about the drilling noise outside, and there could be drilling noise next door. The reason that I'm still continuing with this video rather than waiting till either late tonight or the weekend is A, I want to get the video out to you guys as quickly as possible, but B, I had my second vaccine this morning, and if anything like the last time, I'm going to be in bed for about a week. So I wanted to get on while I still felt I had the energy. If I start to slur my words, or if I start to say things wrong, you're going to have to just bear with me. It's because my head's all a bit like right now. Anyway, let's move on. So, one thing that I have done straight away, and I suggest you all do this as well, is I got my hairdryer, trusty hairdryer, my wife's, and I hairdryed all the way along the bottom for about 5 minutes. Don't do it for 4 minutes, don't do it for 3 minutes, do it for 5 minutes so that you give all of the thread lock chance to heat up nicely, and then go across every one of the screws on the bottom and undo them. These two here were problematic for me, but once I'd heated them up, they came off straight away. Now I did use this, you see, oh, that light went off, I'm going mad. I was using this one to start with, but it still felt like it was jumping off, so I wouldn't usually use a smaller one, but this one fit right in, and because of it was like an impact drill, it managed to take them all off nicely, which is very good. Now, I am intending on just taking this all off in one go, or I was, but of course that's when I was doing it on the 124019, which it had one central drive shaft that was in fact connected into the two differentials, where this one has got independent points, so I can in fact just take the front off with the steering system and take the rear off by itself and mount them onto this straight away, which will be very good indeed. It's important to get front and back because obviously all the screw oils are different, but you see a majority of them are at the front, and that will be the bottom because that's where the countersunk is. So, job number one, I think, will be to undo the fronts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. These two are for the differential case, but they have to come off anyway. I'm just seeing if I need to undo this one, but I'm not quite sure if we do. I have never taken this car apart, so this is just trial and error for me, so please bear with me. I just need to make sure that you're all in focus nicely. And I will be trying to keep the screws as organised as I possibly can. I'm wondering if that one could be left on, but I'm here now anyway, so. To hit that then. That may have to come off, mightn't it? Yes. See the two screws at the front here? This definitely has to come off. It seems like it's gone into a little bit of mud at some point. Wonder why. Okay. Right. Again, I'm just, where possible, putting the screws back into position so that they do not get lost. Okay, that is now free. So where would that now be connected to? Okay, I need to take, let me get a pointing device. See these two screws here? One there and one there. They're for the differential casing. They do need to come off because they're actually screwed into this metal plate below. Nice. Nice. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Right, I'm wondering if I'm just going to take the steering off while I'm here, then that can all go in one foul swoop. Just to get the ball joints off, quick flick, he says. There, that's now off. Let's see if, with the steering, because you've got the screw at the top and the bottom, you need to hold one of them while you unscrew the other one. There and there. Excellent. Right, that's now off. So for this time being, I'm going to put that to one side. And now there are a couple of issues that I've already seen, and that is that we have these plates here that have got reinforcement plates as well. So I think it may be worth just doing those as we go along. Yeah, I'm going to do that now. We have 1, 2, and that was the third one, which is that one there. So, whoops. 2, 3, and that was that plate off. Now, of course, the theory is that this carbon fibre is going to be a lot stronger than these metal bits. So I'm actually intrigued to find out. But for now, look at that. That's bent. See how it curves and bends just up at the end? See? It's actually bent. Wow. Okay, let's undo these 3 screws. They're the ones for the top plate there. Cool. That gives you some idea by how much it's bent. Look at that. Wow, 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 indeed. So, what's going wrong here? Is it that way? No, it wasn't that way. Well, they all line up, so these must line up. Okay, it's John having a funny 5 minutes. Da, da, da. Come on, John. Here we go. Being a little bit gentle because obviously I don't know how this carbon fibre is going to go. There we go. It even straightens that plastic up straight away. That's cool. So, welcome back. Yes, as suspected, I had put it on the wrong way around. Sorry about that. But, you know, it happens. So, we've got the 1, 2, 3 holes here, and as you can see, they do actually line up, which is pretty good. These are the screws that go into those 3 oils. Okay, one thing I would like to point out while we're at this point is, you see how there's a lip on this one? Quite a big lip as well. There was concerns that this carbon fibre one wouldn't work because it can't have that ability. Carbon fibre has to be flat in that respect. But where this obviously can angle, I don't see it being a problem. But we will, again, soon find out. So, we have, I think job number 1 is to put those really long big ones in that will hold in the diff, not the diff, oh sorry, yeah, the diff casing together. I'm not going to do them all the way up for the minute. Then we have the steering, and I believe it was these. If not, I'm going to have to go back later. Come on. There we go. Nice. These do not line up very well. Wondering why. Oh, I see. See the nuts here? They're sort of pushing on it somewhat, so I'm going to undo those two a little bit. Give me some flexibility. Ah, there we go. Cool. That's much better. So, we have, I shall do this end first, because then it will hold itself in position. That's these ones. And we have the diff casing. Yeah, they didn't have to come off. I didn't think they did, but we'll know for the rears. And then that one there. This is obviously just some white lithium grease that's gotten out of hand. And then we have the bumper. Nice. Excellent. We are on to but then. Excellent. Right, move that to one side. Sorry about that. I am going to just undo the battery. Where's that? Okay, all the way up there. Battery holder. Oops. Oops. That's these screws. anything that I can take off and just put to one side to try and ease the load of remembering where everything is, I shall do. Again, very similar ones. I say very similar ones, what I probably mean is exactly the same. It's starting to sweat a little bit, and I don't know if it's warm in here or whether it's the vaccine. Oh man! Cool, right, nah. ESC can be popped off like that. Do you know what? I'm gonna just go and get the rear off. So we know that those don't have to come off, and we know that that one doesn't, but we know that the two top ones here do have to come off. So let's take these long ones off first. You see them? Things like shock towers, I will not be changing in this video because they are super simple to do, and it's just going to make the video go a lot longer, so I do not wish to do that today, because I also know that you've got the likes of this one here that goes here, and again that's not going to have anything to do with the strength of the thing. One that goes there. That one goes there, all the way at the back, all the way at the back. So have you, that's why there was grease there, of course, because of course there's no bottom to these things. Now, before I move on to putting the rear on, wondering whether I'm just going to move everything else across. Could be the way to go, couldn't it? So let's start with this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. All same size screws. And that takes that one off. Right, John, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Which way does it go? You know something's wrong when you're having to concentrate this hard. This is the replacement one. Dun, 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 dun. I'm not making the mistake the second time. There we go. I will check to see if that one's bent as well, so that we can see if it has been flexing. Oh, didn't hurt. Oops. Once again, the desire to do this quickly, however, trying to do it in shot as well. Excellent. So, no, this one's not bent. Oh, maybe a little bit. Yeah, look at that. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but all adds up, doesn't it? Yes. So this one went like that. No. This one went like that there. You see, you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, and at the bottom you've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, so it definitely goes like that. And they all line up. Lovely. I have to say, it's going a lot quicker and easier than what I thought it was going to be. That's why I was rushing, because I wanted to get it done before I started to feel off, but it's a very simple set to do, as long as you do it systematically and don't keep on making silly mistakes like this. I understand that people are upset with the bending of this car, but I've had no problems with it. After all of the jumps I've been doing off sun lounges and big jumps doing outside, I've not had one drive shaft pop out. I'm talking about the central drive shafts. But it's obviously been flexing. I can't imagine they've come from the factory like that. Nice. I do like the carbon fibre. It does look good, does it not? I'm going to keep that way so that I don't get confused. So let's do the servo next, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't put the servo back on because this side panel. Actually, no, this side panel has got the 2 servo arms screws there. So I'm going to take the 1, 2, 3 off for the side panel and the 2 for the servo here. Okay, so that there's a total of 5 screws now, and then what I'll do is I'll move the whole panel across at the same point. So 1, 2 for the servo, and then 1, 2. I just need to make sure they're not different sizes. Doesn't look like it. And the last one here, 3. Is there anything else connected? Oh, they've got tiny screws there. Oh man. So there's the 3 there. 1, 2. I bet you one of them's underneath there, isn't it? No. Okay, tiny screws. I mean, I'm not even jesting, am I? Tiny screws. I cannot imagine that that's doing anything. Right. Tiny screws there. Servo wire. Come on. I said, come on. Why are you not coming? Oh, you got caught. Fair enough. There we go. That can just go to one side for now. And this will go on like that. But as you see, there's no screw holes for these 2 diddy ones. And I'm not going to put them in because that could weaken it. So let's turn this over, line everything up. 1 lined up, 2 lined up, 3 lined up, and the 2 servo ones there. Come on. Why? Why? Nearly picked up the wrong ones. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm going a bit crazy, you may have noticed. Nice. Nice. Very nice. Look at that. Very good. Cool. Now. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 2 are for the motor. And that's also for, no. Those 2 are for the motor. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm going to have to do it all in one go, aren't I? Does look like it. Right. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Right. Are you ready, ladies and gents? I'm going to try and take the side panel off first in the hope. 1. 2. Remember, this was for the motor. 3. 4. Wait. Whoa, they're small. Okay. So this one's going to go back on, but I'm not putting this one in because that will be one of the motor ones, obviously. So oops. The reason I didn't do the bend test with this one at the start is because I actually have a brand new one over there, so we can actually compare them directly, which is fabuloso. So those two have come off, which are these two. Agreed? I hope so. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. I want to take it all off in one go. So make sure that they stay in their positions. 2, 3, 4. Keep those off. I do not want any dirt to get into that right now. That motor cable goes underneath, as does the servo cable. Oh, I thought that was white lithium. Okay, so that goes that way, doesn't it? Like that. Cool. I'm just putting it roughly in position because I didn't want wires to get stuck. And this one has to go in now. Don't forget to put the front drive shaft in now. Really, really important. Now, let me turn this over and see if anything lines up. Okay. And the next one along. Before I tighten any of these, I'm going to make sure that the wires aren't caught. Ooh. Don't want to let go of the underside of it in case everything moves too much. Oh. Why? Really? Okay. Taking that one off and getting one of the motor ones because the motor one's lined up. So now I can see why these two aren't lined up. Okay. Okay. So these are the middle ones. I need to stop trying to wind it in manually. It is not working for me. Middle one. Front one. And motor mount. So, are all the wires free? Yes, they are. They can now be tightened up. Nice. Then that gets to stick back down there. And I get to put... Uh-oh. How's that supposed to get all the way over there? With the plunk, good. Take that off again. Put that underneath like that. That's how it's supposed to do it. Nice. May as well put the steering back together now. On. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. So now, rear. That's the LC Racing WL Toys. You can see the lip at the front is not the same. Let's do the bend test. Just the same as that one in my opinion. Well, let's see. Let's take this one off quickly while we're here. Sir, where's the rear? Here is the rear. So, that has to be fed in. Make sure you do that. And then we need to put those long ones in here. That was these, correct? Okay, turn it upside down. Right, ladies and gents, that is it now done. I'm going to press pause because that one's about to run out of time, and then we'll compare both of the cars together. See you in a mo. Okay, welcome back. That took about, what would I say, 40 minutes to swap that around, which is pretty impressive, I have to say. But now, of course, we have the bend test. I'm not going to bother putting the battery covers back in. That's going to make absolutely no difference. So, piece of wood sideways. Front of the car, rear of the car. Keep an eye on these two, okay? I'm going to be putting the same weight on both cars. I mean, the rear doesn't move that much. You can see that this is sliding up and down a bit. There you go. So now you can see them both. Ready? Well, actually, the rear's going just as much. You can see what they mean about that one popping out, can't you? So, what do you reckon? Yay, LNA. About there, wasn't it? Yeah, ready? Same. Same in my opinion. That's a bombshell for you, isn't it? Bear with me, don't go anywhere. So, people were talking about solutions and possible fixes. I purchased these carbon fibre rods. Rods? That's not the right word, John. Strips. And I was wondering if there was a way of strengthening it up. You know, running strips along the body in somewhat to help strengthen it up, or if it's put that way, then these aren't going to bend at all, are they? If they're like that. Maybe drilled into here, because obviously a lot of the flex is coming from... Oh, hold on. These aren't screwed in position enough. Nor are the rears. Oh my god, what a plonker. Try again. Oh, forget that. Was worth a try. So I'll see if I can find a solution with these strips. I was also thinking, but I don't know if somebody else wants to try that. I'll just give this a wipe. Is, what if, because obviously the reason we've got the flex is because these little strips along here are not strong enough. But what if you put two chassis on? Think about it. From that point, or that screw to that screw, going down, it's going to stop this one bending, because it would have to also stretch itself down and around. Don't know if it'll work. I suppose I could try and put that one on that one and see if it works. A project for another day, let's say. But for now, I have to say that that's actually quite a disappointment. A disappointment. No, it's not a disappointment. Look at how good that looks. That really does look a sexy piece of kit, and especially when you put these things in, it should make everything a lot stronger. But for the actual solving the issue of the bending chassis, sorry guys, I can report that in fact does not help. So if you've ordered it, don't be disappointed, because it's going to look really sexy. Sexy indeed. If you're hoping it's going to be the ultimate fix, I'm sorry, I don't think so. On the next video, what I will do is I will install these parts, and I will see if I can get these things to, you know, put some strength into it. I'm not 100% sure if I can, but it's worth a try. Can't hurt, can it? So if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't give me a dislike because it still bends. It's not my fault, it's the person that made it. Go and give them a dislike on their videos. I wish you a great day. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.